Okay, guys, this video, in a way, has been made before, but I don't think it's ever been made like this. When you experience the online community, depends on what generation you're a part of, but when I first started, I was U.S. Air Force Security Forces airman. So I was serving my country, and at first, the whole thing was a wild story, and I wrote about some of it in one of the books I put out or about to be released. I guess I don't know, but I thought that YouTube was a really cool, awesome thing, and oh my god, it really was. Like the biggest thing on YouTube was like memes, and I guess they just took a lot of like content from other people. Hey, full movie, watch now on YouTube free, like that. But no, YouTube used to be dope. It used to be super cool. It was a small community, and I got featured on the main page of YouTube, and it was awesome for a song that people informed me was terrible. It was "I'm So Gamer." You can go listen to "I'm So Gamer" now if you want to hear how bad it was. But it got 770,000 views, which I thought was really cool. I like that. Views. But it got, mostly dislikes, unfortunately. Or actually, no, back then it was like a 5-star rating. So it was not rated well. It was like a 2.5 or something. Point is, that got me like 1,000 subscribers or something. And that was really cool. Love that. And then I like beefed with the Amazing Atheist, and it was about vegetarianism, where he said for every video that this vegetarian makes, I want you to go out of your way to eat meat, is what he said. And so I made 8 videos back to back to make people sick of eating meat. Like just one after the other. I'm like, it's like smoking a full pack of cigarettes to get people over it. Yeah, that backfired a little for the Amazing Atheist, but that was funny and it was cool. It's a cool experience. And he and I eventually met. I think we shook hands. He's a much bigger man than me. Physically. I don't know about the other stuff. You'd have to do a full biography on both of us to really figure that one out. But there was so many cool people on YouTube at the time. Like Shane Dawson was super cool. There was this guy named Keep the Heat, which I didn't really like. Why would I say it then? Just wasn't a huge fan. I thought it just wasn't my brand of comedy. He did a lot of things that were like putting a celebrity in his thumbnail for a music video. And he's like, Jay-Z in this. And then you click on it and it's just him. There's no celebrity rapping or anything. It worked for him. He was doing something right or wrong. I was more of a butts and cleavage in the thumbnail, and then I would react to it in the video or whatever, for like celebrities with plastic surgery or whatever, like stuff like that. But no, in the beginning, YouTube was very cool. It was very fun to mess with the algorithm and try to figure out what's what, and we had a lot of free speech back then. You could say a lot of things that you cannot say anymore, like iDubbbz would drop the N-word with a hard R over and over and over again, and he was fine back then, which is not fine. It's not okay. I was in videos bleeping out the word N-I-D-D, NID, and people thought it was N-I-G-G. No, I bleeped it because it was NID, because I was making fun of racist people. But no, people were like, see, this is proof. And it's like, no, I was saying NID and bleeping out the duh part so it would sound like it as a joke, because I was making fun of racist people. That's why I was doing it in a Southern accent, because only Southern people... I'm just kidding. But the South will rise again. That was like the whole song. Like, people didn't get the joke. They did back then, but now they don't get the joke. That's kind of the problem, right? I also made this video where I was throwing literal candy corn at my girlfriend at the time, who was dressed as Harley Quinn. She was dressed as Harley Quinn. I was dressed as the literal Joker. I was throwing candy corn at her. And as the Joker, I said, no one will know how much I abuse you because I'm throwing candy corn at her, right? It's a joke. Yeah. Today, like back then it got 1,000 likes and like 1,100 and something likes and like maybe 50 dislikes. Today, people are like, oh my God. Oh my God. And it's like, everyone got the joke back then, but people don't get the joke now. Like, freaking the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, he tweeted something about liking little boys, right? It's a joke. He was joking. Gross. Super gross. But he was joking, right? People got the joke back then. And then today, they're like, what a monster. Which, by the way, now he's in charge of the whole DC franchise or something like that. Because the cast of Games of Thrones, Guardians of the Galaxies, they stood up and they said, no, this was a joke. Understand a joke. And people tweet jokes all the time, like PewDiePie tweeting, everyone has their tricks to get It was horrible joke. People got it. Shane Dawson was tweeting at someone about sticking a banana inside their body in an inappropriate way. People got the joke back then. They didn't get it later. Our current culture is the scariest thing ever. Because what they try to do is they try to criminalize or otherwise seriously hurt you for jokes. And that's really, really scary. I'm not talking about like privately telling people jokes or privately saying something to someone they perceive it as a joke or don't perceive it as a joke and blah, blah, blah. We're talking about public, like when people publicly say things and they're like in the genre of entertainer or in the genre of comedy or whatever. And people are like, yeah, that's real. That's totally real. Like now, but back then they were like, ha ha ha, we get the joke. It's like people lost their sense of humor over time. Anyway, the point is back then, I really enjoyed making content. It was so exciting and so fun and so wonderful. People saw things oftentimes for the way they were, based on facts and like video evidence and stuff like that. That wasn't edited out of context, but rather is the full picture or whatever. People understood things more back then, and it was really cool. But then over time, it just became like, let's cancel Tobuscus and not hear his side of the story. You guys remember that? Like, you guys went crazy after Tobuscus, and he didn't do anything. What is that? Like, he was one of the best entertainers. Tobuscus was one of the best entertainers on YouTube, and you guys butchered him over the words of some random person you have no idea is credible. That's so bizarre. Like when you take a person who, I don't want to say that person's crazy or anything, but let's just say that you don't know what their mental state is, and you're saying that they're 100% accurate. And that Tobuscus is this total bad person. And then Tobuscus came out and told his side of the story, and suddenly you guys were like, oh, I get it now. Why didn't you wait for him to tell his side of the... It's not the point. It's not here or there. The point is that with the Johnny Depp issue and with a number of other issues, people are so quick to try and make living as a human being miserable. Do you understand? Like, people online are so quick to pick someone who they think is above them, that they want to pull down to their level or whatever, and just try and do everything they can to destroy that person's life for the lulz. And that is the internet environment that we are currently in. We're in a community that is terrifying, deeply horrifying. Like, the amount of lives I've seen destroyed by the internet. Like Jenna Marbles was a good example when you guys made her cry on camera for something that was like a misunderstanding. Like there's so many people who are actually decent people that the internet just ripped apart and tried to ruin the life of. And you got to ask, like, is it really so bad flipping burgers for a living? Like, is this really worth YouTube monetization or whatever? Dang it. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Hi again. So lately I've been able to tap into a weird kind of optimism. It's been going on for, I don't know, I don't know. But it's been going on for a little bit. Some days I'm bitter and angry, but some days I'm actually really doing relatively okay because it's like there's a story and I want to share it with you, okay? There was this movie I saw. It was like a French film or something. I don't know what it was. Not my language, but I went to see it in a theater and I read the subtitles the whole time to see it. I don't know how I wound up in that theater. It was a real indie thing. Felt like a real hipster. But when I saw this movie, it was about a man who went to a concentration camp. And he went there with his son. And his son didn't understand that they were in a death camp. And so the father understood that the happiness of the son was like the most important thing ever, right? And so he's trying to explain things and their situation in a way that won't hurt the son, that the son can understand that this is kind of like, something he shouldn't think about, and trying to make a fictional universe around the son so he's not psychologically damaged by what's going on. And this father, he's such a good person. He sees like a pile of dead Jewish people who were killed by the Nazis, and he's trying to distract his son from that. And he's just generally trying to make the best of a terrible... he's trying to make the best of a terrible situation for his son. And I can relate to that in the sense that the love a father has for a son is overwhelming. And it's really important to treasure and value the health and the mental health and everything of kids, especially your own kids. So seeing someone, even though it's not exactly a documentary, but it's like seeing someone who's a father based on... It's written by fathers. I'm sure it's written by people who have the father experience or whatever. Seeing someone in a concentration camp going through something so terrible and still trying to maintain a positive attitude and stuff like that, that's one of the most beautiful aspects of human beings and the human experience, is that you can be in the worst possible situation, have everything taken away from you, be in a death camp where they're mass executing innocent people, and still do everything you can to keep hope alive and the human spirit alive and stuff like that. So, I'm just saying that, like, if you have the opportunity to make your life better and to make the best out of things, you should, even if it's going to cost you money, even if it's going to cost you significant temporary losses or whatever, or you can't live out your dreams. Like, for instance, my dreams were creative. Since I was 15 years old, I was making videos and doing really entertaining things in making videos for people that I thought would help them. Like, don't self-harm, don't kill yourself, don't, this is how you deal with depression, and this is how... I made thousands of videos and dedicated over a decade of my life to creating videos for people, and I wanted them to be helpful. And yet I said so many things that I regret, and I did so many things that were popular and were demanded of me, like, oh my God, talking about, furries, which was... I didn't care about furries, but every time I talked about furries, people were like, click, 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 like, monetization, all this stuff. And so I'm like, okay, let's talk more about furries. Or like, there's these people who are into something called DDLG, and they dress up as babies for their partner and stuff. And I was like, this is gross. I hate this. But people are like, every time I made a video about it, it would just explode. So I kept making videos, like making fun of people who dressed as babies. And it's just like, none of that was really my interest. My interest was making videos that helped people. Or expressed my honesty, and it was used as my therapy. And then I'd make comedy videos that were really awesome. I loved making comedy videos and just being able to joke and look in the comments and see people saying wonderful things and encouraging me. And I would make more comedy videos, and it was amazing. And that was like 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. So I had a great time. But things have changed a lot. And I don't want to talk about all my problems. I don't want to talk about like the things people tweet or the videos people make or the things people say in the national television. Like, it's so crazy. I was just a guy, I was just a random guy serving in the US military who was making stupid, funny videos. And then it blew up into me getting like 2 billion views before Adpocalypse. I got like 2 billion views on my videos because I was working every day and neglecting my life. Throwing my life away, essentially, so I could make videos for myself and people who liked me. But I was not spending time with my family as much as I should. I was not hanging out with friends. What friends, right? So this isn't a big video saying like I'm good and people are bad, because everything I've done is human. Like everything, like you can predict every little, like, why is he mad? Because humans get mad. Why is he sad? Because humans get sad. Why does he think this is funny? Because sometimes people think things are funny. Like everything is explainable through basic human psychology. Anyway, so I was loved for a long time by a lot of people, and then at some point things turned, and then everybody hated me. And those issues are so complicated, or maybe they're simple. Don't piss people off. Like literally, maybe it is simple. When you piss people off, they piss back. Like if you piss on others, you're gonna get pissed on. And just turns into a pissing contest, and everyone's covered in pee by the end of it. So I guess that's the summary. Don't piss people off. Especially since, like, I've prided myself on being the most honest YouTuber. One of the most. I think I always said one of the most, because of course I couldn't possibly be the most honest because I haven't surveyed every YouTuber. But I passed polygraphs, and I've had Yankee White security. I'm pretty sure I've had Yankee White or just under Yankee White security clearance. So the US government trusted me with like it was like a big deal. I was certified in like every way as far as my honesty went. So yeah, I have good reason to say that. Discharged under honorable conditions. Originally discharged honorably, but I think because I served 3.5 years and not 4 years, it had to be downgraded to under honorable conditions. But the point is, I really do value that blunt honesty. And blunt honesty, the problem with it is these days it's not compatible with the world. And it upsets people. And it makes my life harder for my family. And my family is more important than anything. I'm like literally, I'm laying with my kid at night, and because so he has to go to bed. So I lay with him every night, and we watch SpongeBob together. And sometimes I'm playing games, or sometimes I'm on Twitter or whatever, just retweeting funny memes or replying to funny stuff. And I'm thinking, this is the only thing in the world that matters. I don't matter. Nothing outside this house really matters. Just this wonderful human being and my life with these people. And I keep finding that being on social media, making videos and so forth as myself, I am directly punishing the people I care about. Because as a result of me following my passions, they have to deal with people walking up to me in public and saying things to me. Everyone who's walked up to me in public lately has been awesome, wonderful, nice. Just the other day, my cousin, I was out to eat a meal with my cousin, and he came up to me and he said, yeah, I was just in the store and they were saying, oh, that's Onision. I love that guy. He's really funny. And I'm like, thank God it was positive, I was in another restaurant and I was with my family, and someone came up and said, are you Onision? And I said, yes. And they said, okay. And then they walked off. And then this was actually longer ago. It just came to me. So not everything has actually been positive. I just remembered this one thing. But then she goes on Twitter and rants about how she was terrified because I was ordering a burrito or a burrito bowl or something. And I'm like, why would you walk up and introduce yourself to me? And I'm eating with my family, and who wants that? Who wants that for their family? No one. No one wants to go out in public and have people snapping photos. There was this issue with someone at Lowe's where they took a picture of they violated my privacy and my family's privacy is what I'm saying, and it was really upsetting, really deeply upsetting. And if you're a father who cares about his kids, you simply cannot be online. Not like this. You can't be a public person. You cannot have your face everywhere because your kids are directly impacted by that. And, you know, it's pretty disgusting that I didn't come to this conclusion a lot sooner. A lot of people will film the birth of their children and they'll make their children little celebrities. I don't understand that. The woman who played 11 on Stranger Things, she was bullied off of social media, and she's just a kid. Well, she was a kid when she got bullied. Now I guess she's an adult. Anyway, the point is that social media is so terrifying and so negative for people who try to use it. A long time ago, it was awesome and amazing, and it was exciting. And now it's just, it's a good, if you can be famous and be like, haha, look at me, I made millions or whatever. But the consequences are never enough. Like, it's just like, they're always too much, is what I should say. The consequences always outweigh the wonders and joys of having a nice private life with the people that you love. And there's just so many crazy people. Oh my God. It's like the crazy people were all away from each other, right? For a really long time. And then eventually they found ways to communicate with each other more in stronger groups. And it's like the torch carriers and the outrage. I think you get it. I think you know. And if you don't know yet, you will know. You'll see over time social media degrading more and more and more and becoming more and more crazy and polarizing and almost cult-like. Really? Seriously? Shout out to Canon cameras. Anyway, yeah, so I'm leaving social media, is what I'm saying. And I've said it before, but my reason has never been this good. Ever. But I still have to do things, like if you're subscribed to me on something where you're paying for it, I still have to do that. Because you're paying me and I owe you that. So if you've paid for some subscription service, my website, OnlyFans or whatever, I still have to do that. But as far as Twitter, YouTube, all the stuff I don't get paid for, I can't do that anymore because it simply does not make any sense. Yeah. So I'm going to, go on, continue trying to be a normal, functional human being, like I was when I was in the military. I did try to join the military again, actually, but they rejected me because I don't want to kill people. Dang. I was like, guys, I don't have to kill people. You just give me a desk job or make me be the guy that pumps out all the septic tanks or whatever on base. I'll do that. I'll be the guy that sucks poop out of the ground. And they're like, no, you have to want to kill people. I was like, but I don't want to. So I have to consider other options, but yeah. All right. So there's a lot of people that I love who are fans and supportive of me. I will talk to you guys on Onision.com. I guess the Onision Discord will still be open. And there's a lot of men who love me on OnlyFans. A lot of men. Which, shout out to the gay community. I am so blessed to have you guys want to do whatever that is to me. I'm a top. But, you know, if that's what you're into, I'm not going to shame you. Because, you know, I'm like you. I'm also, you know, too much information. I'm just trying to say, like, I appreciate all the gay men who have been supportive of me and find some value in me. Because that's really great. You know, love is love. Gay men are awesome. Great. This is awkward. I end this with like, hey, social media, goodbye. I love gay men. They're so nice. Yeah. But hello, personal private life is, I guess, what I'm saying. And this is the longest goodbye video I've ever made, so it must be legit. Yeah. All right. Can we zoom out a little bit? Is that a thing? Cool. Boob squeeze.
Guys!
What, Greg?
I'm a banana!
You're a what?
I'm a banana!
What happened to your clothes?
I'm a banana! I'm a banana!